Welcome in this new video about understanding machine learning with Python. Through this series of video, we'll use Python and a number of its libraries to create machine learning solutions by doing. By the end, you will know how to build a machine learning model with Python. We'll be using the PEMA Indian diabetes dataset to build models in order to predict if a person is likely to develop diabetes or not, based on some additional features available in the dataset. I will explain all those technical concepts like features, observations, etc. So let's start by importing some basic libraries. The first one is Pandas. Pandas is a data frame library. The second one is Matplotlib. So Matplotlib will be used to plot the data information. And the last one is the parameter of Matplotlib, which is inline. So the inline will help us inline instead of having the data information in separate windows. So after we imported those libraries, we'll now load the dataset by adjusting the path as necessary. In my case, I'll be having my dataset available in the data folder. So I import the datasets. You can notice that I used the pd.readcsv. So the Rich Csv function of Pandas will use will read our dataset because it is a CSV format. So I use the corresponding function, which is read CSV function. So we read our dataset. Now we can use the shape function from data frame. The shape function will help us see numbers of information like the number of rows and columns. As you might see here, we have 768 rows and 10 columns in our dataset. So let's inspect the newly loaded dataset. We can use data frame heads function. So with the head function, we can get the first 5 rows of the dataset. You can see the information here. We have 0, 1, 2, 3 to 4. So we have the first 5 rows of our dataset. Likewise, we can use the tail function to see the end of the data frame. So by using data frame tail 5, by passing 5 returns the last 5 rows of the datasets. So with 5 here, we have the 5 last rows. I could give here instead of 5, I could put 10, for example. So instead of 5 previously, I have now the 10 first rows of a dataset. So this is what we can use, what we can do with the head and tail datasets. And so there is something important that you can notice here. You can see that we have at each row a zero-based index. So we have from 0 to 9 here, for example, for the first 10 rows. And also notice that the Pandas data frame has column names, and we'll use these names to access a specific column. For example, if we want to have the BMI column, we will use the dataset giving the BMI name to the data frame in order to get the information from the column. So there is something also important, because to be able to create a machine learning model, it's very important to know the details about the data frame, what kind of information are we using for each feature. So for example, the num_preg parameter is the number of pregnancy of a person, and the BMI, for example, is the body mass index, and the diabetes pred here, the diabetes pred is the diabetes pedigree function, etc., etc., and the diabetes columns is we have 2 variables here, 2 values. The false means that the person is likely isn't likely to develop diabetes, and true value means that the person is likely to develop diabetes. So in the next video, we'll see more data exploration technique. Thank you and see you in the next video. Bye.